Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's YOBOI 3 and this is Boss Rush Island 3. We're going to start off with a 302 tack shooter, and then place down another tack shooter. You guys want to try to copy this placement pretty close, and we're just going to get this one up to a 200. As always, we're going to be upgrading to tier 3, and then getting the cross path, and that just makes sure that we get that nice primary monkey knowledge discount. If you guys are a little behind on monkey knowledge, you are going to have to play safer. But we're going to go for a third 302 up next. Placing the free dart monkey would stop us from getting the discount, so we're going to place it down now so that we could have discounted all of our tack shooters. And then we're going to place down Ben and sell our dart monkey, get up a 300 glaive ricochet. Again, dart monkey is sold for that discount sake. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if this video helps you out, and let's go for another hot shot. Always, every hot shot we do is going to be a 302, so I'm not going to say that again. But we are going to go for 2 more hot shots before we do anything else really. And this last one here we place, you're going to want to kind of put extra left, more than you think so. After that, we're going to get up more glaives, just a 420, and now we're going to start going for a different type of tack shooter. I know, pretty innovative, but we're going for a tack sprayer and then overdrive, of course with the top cross path. Some people think the middle cross path might be better just because Diamondback Pierce is useful, but that's not true. Save up to about 4K and then sell one of these tacks in exchange for a 204 balloon engineer. You want to put it as close to the middle as possible because later when it's an XXL trap you want it to be collecting both sides. Place down a monkey farmer and a second overdrive and a third overdrive. You know, we're just kind of spamming these guys down. And now we're going to want to place down a 301 and then 401, sorry. Ice Monkey. This guy is of course going to pretty much double the damage of all of our tack shooters, which is very, very lovely. Now you're going to see we're about round 25 and camo balloons are leaking, so we're going to get a 300 submarine. We can place down 1 or 2 more overdrives here. Looks like we go for 2. And now at 29 skulls, you gotta be careful because we're going to need to place down an overdrive just in the middle of this island, as well as getting up a more glaives, again 420. If you are doing it late, don't really worry about it, but I like to be safe, especially when I'm making these guides so that the score is slightly realistic. I mean, you know, it's not easy to pull off, but I just want you guys to have something that is pretty close to something you can do every time, you know what I mean? We save up $26,500 for a super brittle, and then we're going to place down another 420 boomerang. This guy's going to help out with this massive wave of Moabs, and now in the bottom island, again to pop these Moabs down, we're going to be getting up another 204 tack shooter. This guy of course can just kind of clear out all the Moabs and let us be completely safe. Alright, especially with the 3 more glaives, they're going to help out a lot. Once we're about $36,000, we can sell our tacks and then get up an XXL trap. Hopefully it can reach the top and the bottom side. If it can't, you guys are going to be okay, but you might have to defend a little bit harder, and you might have to get a slightly lower score. Don't worry about it too much though. Just kind of fill up this island with a bunch more 204 tack shooters, just wherever you can fit them. And once you see a BFB come out, you're going to want to get up a 204 tack shooter on this island, and then a 401 embrittlement kind of near the island. The embrittlement isn't completely necessary yet, but I just like to get it up to be extra safe. Up next, we're going to upgrade this tack shooter into the tack zone, of course massively boosting our damage and just overall being very powerful. And then we're going to get up a 420 cripple Moab, who becomes 520 and strong targeting. In this placement I put it, you know, just on that bottom right hand corner. And now, you know, you can place a pontoon if you want, but I'm going to be a good person and just place down a 031 Ice Monkey, as it's not going to make much of a difference, and we get up to Inferno Ring. Personally, I'd recommend that you do this a little bit later. Actually, we go for a bottom path ninja, but I didn't have that fully mapped out yet. But whatever, you could have gotten the tier 5 bottom path ninja now, and it would have sped things up a little bit. Maybe you can get a higher score, but that's just whatever. fill up a little bit more of your tower slots with overdrives, and then we're going to get up a balloon sabotage, because when DDTs come out, it is scary, and we can sell 2 out of 3 of the Morglaives and get up the bottom path tier 5 ninja. Of course, if you already have it, now you can get up the Inferno Ring, and you're just going to put it on strong so that that meteor can do something. Place down a second balloon sabotage after you use the first one, that way you can have full uptime. And now we're just going to buy a Glaive Lord. Of course, we are going to over defend here a little bit, because DDTs are scary, and I mean, even this is kind of like, you know, it gets close at times. There's going to be some RNG, but even if you die, you can still get in the 120s, and for Island 3, you know, that's a great score. I have this sped up now by like 1.5, 1.6x speed, because it's kind of boring. You're just going to sit here for a while and wait until you have about 40k saved up. I do 50k in this video just to be like extra safe, but you really only need 40k. But pretty much we're going to be selling the Cripple, the Super Brit, the Ninja, the Engineer, the the Glaive Lord. We're going to sell all those once we're at 40 or 50k, and we're going to buy the Attack Paragon, and then as fast as humanly possible, we're going to buy 2 submarines, 300, up in the left area. So you can see I get up the Attack Paragon, and then I buy both of these Submergent Supports. Now, if a couple of DDTs get by, you don't really have to worry about it, because we do have a Submergent Support in the bottom right from earlier, but, you know, it's just extra safe. Speaking of safe, we're going to immediately get up more Glaives, get up a Super Brit, get up Archimage. Archimage is honestly kind of an iffy choice. I'd much recommend, in that same spot, you could just get up a 025 Ice Monkey, and that's going to be more consistent. But anyways, we're going to get up a Cripple Moab to help buff our damage. You can place it on close in this placement, or you can just put it on strong in the old placement. For the Attack Paragon, we're going to put it on close so that the meteor ability can avoid hitting the head, as that will take up all of its pierce. And just make sure to use both of your attack abilities, and you should be using the Sabos whenever you can. These are all very helpful. And then I'm just going to go for a Dart Paragon. The way I go for the Dart Paragon was kind of silly. I expected to have a lot less money than I ended up having, so I just went for the tier 5s and got a degree 1. But what you guys can do is spam down a bunch of 032 darts as well, and then you can get like a degree 20 Dart Paragon. You'll get it a little bit later, but it's going to be way more worth it. I've just sped up the video even more, and you know, pretty much we're just AFKing, and eventually I'm going to get up the Dart Paragon. Might sell some things to get it a little bit early, but try not to sell anything too important, and really do not sell that Ice Monkey, because then you'll sell your Paragon, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's a couple of DDTs and bads that will immediately leak once that Paragon is sold. So, you know, don't do that, pro tip. But yeah, pretty much we can sell like our Cripple Moab and our Archimage, because the Archimage wasn't ever needed. And once you're at about $90,000, you can sell both of those and get up a Dart Paragon, who's going to help out pretty quickly. It's a good bit of damage, especially now that the boss is near the exit. And now we're just going to get back up our Cripple Moab. And I place down an extra Sabotage because, quite frankly, I feel like these DDTs are moving very, very fast. It can be scary, but with the Dart Paragon, it can mostly handle the DDTs just by itself on first targeting. And so yeah, we just placed down on close the Cripple Mob, and I just speed things up from here, because, you know, we're just waiting to die. Hope this guide helped y'all out. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye.